What's up, everybody? This is the Gridiron Gilly Show, and I'm the host, Gridiron Gilly. This show is for anybody who's ever worn pads or worn out the remote watching football. You don't have to play the game, you just have to love the game, and I hope that's why you're here. In this episode, I'm going to talk about Week 4 college football, Week 3 NFL. I'm going to do a quick recap of last week, because last week I made the comment I would do good if I just stopped betting with my heart and I bet with my noggin. Well, last week I bet with my noggin, and my pocketbook is thanking me for it. 6 college games I bet on. Let's break it down real quick. The first game was Colorado at Houston last Friday night. I said I'm taking over 43.5 points. I said it's going to be 30-something to 20-something. Well, Houston won that game. I believe it was 36-20. I won that one. The next game, I had Tennessee plus 3.5 at Georgia. Did y'all watch that game? Did y'all see what happened? Georgia won a close one, but Tennessee did cover, so I won that one. Next game, Miami, South Florida. I had Miami money line. I should have had them to cover the spread. I might have mentioned that, but I didn't. I was being safe about it, and I said Miami money line, and they did. But they also covered the spread. They beat South Florida the way I figured they would. So kudos to them. Next game, I had Arkansas going to Ole Miss and covering plus 9.5. I said they were going to play tough. They're going to play hard for Sam Pittman. They love him. In Arkansas, in Fayetteville, the Hogs love them some Sam Pittman. A lot of people had Ole Miss to win that game by double-digit points. But I said Arkansas, I think they would either win or lose by the less than 9.5 points. And they did. I believe they only lost by 6.5 points or 6 points or so, and had a shot to go down and win it. I believe they fumbled it there at the end. It kind of cost them, or it did cost them. But hey, it happens. SEC football, any given Saturday. Next game, Florida at LSU. Florida was looking to bounce back from their just horrible upset from South Florida. People said, hey, maybe South Florida is the real deal. Well, Miami showed them that they weren't the real deal. And even if they are the team in the American Athletic, I just don't think they're up to. They could be in the playoff even. That's very likely that South Florida could be in the playoff. But it's just going to be how it was last year with Boise State, I feel like. And that's no knock at them because they're a good program with a good coach. It's just you have better teams. But hey, any given Saturday. Last game, Texas A&M going all the way up to South Bend. Notre Dame. I'm really high on A&M. I'm the biggest A&M fan this year. I said in my first college football video before the season even started, I said Texas A&M will be in the SEC championship. Book it. A lot of haters hit me up in the DM. You're crazy, dude. You're delusional. You don't know what you're talking about. They haven't even played a conference game yet, so maybe I am delusional. But everybody knows who Notre Dame is. They're 0-2 right now, but they played Miami and they played A&M, and those are no slouches. So Notre Dame's going to bounce back. They're going to probably run the table the rest of the season. I have to see their schedule, but it's very likely that they will run the table the rest of the season. So, but yeah, Texas A&M money line was the bet that I said I would place if I did in fact bet on that game. And guess what I did? I bet on that game. I said Texas A&M money line. Those boys are hot. Whatever they do down there in Aggie Land, giggle. Is that the thing? The thumbs up. I've been listening to the that thing. What's it called? The War Hymn. I've been listening to that all week ever since that game. Doing that thing right there. I've been getting excited. I don't know if this is meant to be. It kind of looks like horns. Kind of looks like Bevo's horns right here. It's pretty cool. I never thought about that. But they say it's supposed to be a saw. You're sawing whenever you do that. I don't know. But I'm going to find out because I am going to go to an A&M game this year. Not sure which one yet. I might go to Death Valley and watch A&M whoop up on LSU down there. Who knows? We'll see. I have to check my work schedule. But yeah, I'm a big A&M fan this year. I might become an A&M fan for life, or we're going to have to see about that. But anyways, that's enough about last week. Let's talk about this week. Because this week I got 6 college games I'm going to break down. I got 4 NFL games I'm going to break down. It's going to be quick. TikTok, they banned me last week for talking about some sports betting, which I don't know why, because everybody talks about sports betting on there. I just happen to be the one that they wanted to pick on, and that's okay. I don't hold a grudge. Let's see what the Gill Pickle has this week. First game, this is the one I'm most excited for, honestly. Let me look. Yeah, this is the game I'm most excited for. Number 17, Texas Tech, traveling on the road at number 16, Utah. That's the game I'm most excited for. Let me tell you why. Because if you are a fan of Gridiron Gilly, you know that Gridiron Gilly said that Texas Tech or Utah will be in the Big 12 championship. I said the team to beat is not Arizona State, not Iowa State, not Kansas State. It's going to be one of those two teams. And hell, they both might be in the Big 12 championship. They might play each other again down the road. But this game I'm most excited for. Behren Morton, he's Texas Tech's quarterback. Joey McGuire's done a great job there. They acquired a lot of talent through the portal. They spent a lot of money, but that defensive line is tough. And Utah, Devin Dampier, I've been real high on him all year long. Said a lot of great things about him. He is as advertised for Utah. Kyle Whittingham is a great coach. I know I'm friends with a diehard Utah fan on Facebook, and I was chatting it up with him a little bit, and he's like, man, I just don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I enjoy your enthusiasm, man, but I don't think we're ready to be in the Big 12 championship. And I just don't understand why he would say that. I mean, I guess he's a realist. I don't know. He knows more about the program than I do, but just from my perspective, I know what those guys did in the Pac-12, and they ran that shit every year, respectfully. So this year, they had a down year last year. It was their first year in the Big 12. A lot of teams had a down year. The worst team preseason that was in the Big 12 won the whole dang thing. So that's what I called it, the unpredictable conference. But Gridiron Gilly predicted it and said Tech and said Utah. Book that sucker. It's happening this weekend. It's happening in Utah. When I look at that game, man, I think they complement each other well. Oh, I wish I was off work because I'd be 6 or 7 Coors Light deep by the time that game came on. But anyways, that game, like I said, they complement each other well. Good run game. Quarterbacks can put it in the air. Dampier, he's a dual threat. I'm not sure if Morton can do anything with his legs, but I know he can hurt you with his arm. But both teams really have played complementary football on the defensive side of the ball. Me just being me, I think Texas Tech is the more stout team. But then again, Utah is going to play tough at home. So on this one, if I got to pick a winner, I'm going to pick Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech will beat them in a close one. I don't think it'll be no more than 6 points. If you're betting on that game, Utah is the favorite -3. The total is 57.5. Money line, you got Utah -155, Texas Tech +130. I'm going to take Texas Tech +130 on that one. Second game, I'm going to break down number 22 Auburn at number 11 Oklahoma. Jackson Arnold, he's going to the program that he used to play for. They ran him out of town. They didn't think he was up to snuff in Norman. So he took his talents to Auburn, Alabama, and he's been a pretty exceptional quarterback for that program this year. But John Mateer, he's got all this hype around him. He's the Heisman favorite right now. Oklahoma, they're riding high. They think they found somebody, and maybe they have. I don't know. I'm not an Oklahoma hater like I used to be. I'm just a college football guy now. That's all I am. Still in that hunt for my favorite team. Still in the hunt to find my favorite team in college football. Haven't found them yet, but once I do, man, I'm gonna lock in. But anyways, let's look at this one. Not much to look at. Auburn's going on the road to Oklahoma. I think Jackson Arnold, he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's going to play tough. He's going to play hard, and his team I think will rally around and they'll have a good game plan. Because I think Jackson Arnold knows a little bit about Oklahoma, and he's going to play tough and he's going to play hard. But anyways, I don't think there's much to talk about with this one. I'm going to take Oklahoma. I want to take Auburn on this one. I really do. But I'm going to take Oklahoma just because I bet against them against Michigan, and they proved me wrong, and they played a very good game, solid game plan. I think they'll do the same thing this go round with Auburn. Hopefully Auburn wins, though. But I'm going to take Oklahoma. If you're betting on that one, it is Oklahoma's minus 6.5. The total is 48.5. Money line, Oklahoma minus 238. Auburn plus 195. I'm taking that Oklahoma minus 238, I guess. Next game, they called this one the Bussin' Bowl. Number 21 Michigan at Nebraska. I'm a big fan of the Bussin' with the Boys. Taylor Lewan, he's the Michigan guy. You got Will Compton, the Nebraska guy. This is the Bussin' Bowl. This game, I'm sure these guys will be at that game. I'm sure these guys will probably be intoxicated at that game. Kudos to them. I wish I could be there. Bryce Underwood, great quarterback. We've discussed that. Dylan Raiola, great quarterback. I think they could both hurt you in multiple ways. Raiola, he was a freshman last year, so he's got a little bit more experience under his belt than Underwood does. I think Matt Rule, I think he's a great coach. Sharon Moore, he's a good coach. However, he's not coaching this game. He's sitting out. And I think that's sort of what Michigan had a good game last week to set Sharon Moore. He suspended 2 games. He chose to sit last week and this week. And last week, I forgot who they played, but it was a nobody school, and Michigan ran through them. But this week, he's sitting against Nebraska. And I don't know if it had to be in order. I'm sure it did, because I don't know why you would sit against Nebraska. I'm sure there's somebody down the road that would be better suited to sit out. But anyways, I digress. I think that's kind of a slap in the face to Nebraska. I think Matt Rule will take it that way, and I think he'll have his guys ready to play. They'll play like their hair's on fire. They'll play 10 times better than they have all year long. And they're playing for something. This is the Bussin' Bowl. It may not mean nothing to you, but I guarantee you it means something to them. It means something to Matt Rule. And Will Compton definitely means something to him. Go Big Red. I got the flag right here, right behind my head. But Nebraska, I think they're going to beat Michigan this Saturday in the Bussin' Bowl. If you're betting on that one, Michigan is the favorite, minus 2.5. The total is 46.5. Money line, you got Michigan minus 135 and Nebraska plus 114. I'm going to take that Nebraska plus 114. Next game, Florida at number 4 Miami. Oh my gosh, Florida is embarrassing. Probably going to fire their head coach soon because they're definitely going to lose this week. Miami, at home. Florida's on the road. They're going to go down to Miami. In-state matchup, in-state rivalry. Miami's going to put it on them. Not much to talk about here. Carson Beck going to light up the scoreboard. Florida didn't play bad against LSU. I mean, dude threw 5 picks. And they only lost by 10 points. And they played in Death Valley. So they should have lost by a lot more. I guess they had a good game plan against LSU. They just turned the ball over a hell of a lot of times and still came out losing by 10. But this game, it's not going to happen that way. Miami's going to beat them by at least 10 points. I think Florida's going to play harder because they know what's at stake. They know Billy Napier knows his job is on the line. So they're going to play tough. They're going to play hard. But it's not going to matter because Miami's going to beat these guys. And it doesn't matter how much Miami beats them by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 38 points. It doesn't matter. Miami's going to beat them at home, and Florida's going to know that the U is the team that runs Florida. That's all there is to say about that. Miami wins. If you're betting on that, though, let the old Gil Pickle look at the stats. Miami is the favorite, minus 7.5 points. The total is 15.5 points. Miami money line is minus 305. Florida is plus 245. Let's take that Miami money line. Next game, number 9, Illinois at number 19, Indiana. I'm not sure what to think about this game because they have Indiana as the favorite on that one. What's this cat's name? Luke Altmaier. He's the quarterback at Illinois. I've been high on him. I think he's a great quarterback. I think he's going to be a first-round draft pick as long as he can stay healthy and stay consistent. If not a day 1 draft, definitely a day 2 draft pick. A lot of upside for that guy. And then you got this cat, Fernando Mendoza at Indiana, excuse me. Indiana, they had a surprising year last year. A lot of teams, they beat a lot of teams. They whooped a lot of teams. And this year, they're undefeated. They're number 19 in the country. But the only thing is they haven't played anybody. And I think that was sort of the dynamic last year is Indiana didn't really play nobody. And when they did play, I mean, they whooped Nebraska, but I don't know. I don't even want to talk about last year because I could be bluffing totally. Indiana could have just ran the table on everybody. But I know they lost the games that mattered most. And I don't see Illinois losing this game. I don't care what anyone else says. What the Gillmeister is going to tell you right now is that Illinois will win this game. I got my faith, hope, and trust in Illinois and Brett Bielema. I just like what they do. I watch them play Duke, who's not a bad team by no means. Duke just lost to Tulane, but Tulane's a great, great team. Don't get it twisted. Tulane's going to play Ole Miss this week. Keep your eyes on that game because, I mean, if you're just an average Joe Schmo college football fan, you're going to say Ole Miss is about to beat these guys by 25 points. Well, keep your eyes peeled because Tulane there's some dudes. They got some dudes down there in Nolans. Them kids grew up on crawfish and cracklings. They don't play down there in New Orleans. But anyways, we're not talking about that game. We're talking about Illinois, Indiana. So Illinois is going to win this game. My mind, it goes here, 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 here. Well, right now my mind is here at Illinois. Are they going on the road? They're going to Indiana. But Illinois, it doesn't matter. Illinois will beat these guys. You can jot that down in your journal. And if you're betting on that game, Indiana's the favorite, minus 4.5. The total on that game is 52.5. Money line, you got Indiana minus 218, Illinois plus 180. I'm going to take the Illinois plus 180. Let's see here. I have so far, Texas Tech was not the favorite, and I took them. Nebraska was not a favorite, and I took them. And Illinois is not a favorite, and I took them. So I'm doing some risky stuff here. Next game, SMU at TCU. This game was a shootout last year. Kevin Jennings, I'm not even sure if Kevin Jennings played that game. I'm sure he did. I think Kevin Jennings played the whole year last year for SMU. But Josh Oder, great quarterback. Rhett Lashlee, I'm really high on Rhett Lashlee. I'm a Rhett Lashlee guy. I've been keeping up with Rhett Lashlee since he was at Miami as a coordinator. And then, of course, TCU, Coach Dykes there. He's a great coach. He's been a great coach. Everywhere he's been a phenomenal coach. I don't know much about these teams, and I do know a lot about SMU. But what I mean by I don't know much about these teams is I'm not sure what these teams are capable of as far as what SMU is going to do in the ACC and what TCU is going to do in the Big 12 because I've already made my picks on who will be ACC leader, who's going to be Big 12 leader. And I think SMU has a better shot of winning the ACC than TCU does the Big 12. Okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. But I know these guys lit the scoreboard up last year. I don't see nothing changing this year. I think SMU, TCU, it's going to be kind of like that SMU Baylor game was just a couple weeks ago. Touchdown, 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 touchdown. Oh, we're going to overtime. and then Baylor just happened to win in overtime. But SMU played phenomenal game. They don't have no problem scoring points, but neither does TCU. And whenever Gridiron Gilly looks at that game and uses and he's not gonna use his heart on this one. He's gonna use his noggin. And that's what I've done on all these so far. Every game I've talked about has been here because I know what I did last week. And like I said, I won some money. So this week, again, I'm thinking with my noggin and not my heart. And what I say is they're going to light the scoreboard up again. Over 64.5 points. That's what they're going to do. I'm not going to pick a winner, but they're going to light the scoreboard up. It's going to be probably 40-something, probably 48, 42 type game. I think the field goal kicker is going to stay off the field. They'll just go out there to kick the PAT every now and again. It might come down to a point where at the end of the game you just go for two, and that team who made the 2-point conversion is going to win. Either way, I see it being both teams will score above 40 points. But if you're betting on that game, TCU is the favorite -7. The total is 64.5 points. If you're betting money line, you got TCU -250 and SMU +205. Over 64.5 points. That's what I'm doing. Let's go to the NFL. This is really going to be quick. The Los Angeles Rams are going to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. I'm going to take the Eagles on that, and I'm not going to elaborate. I'm not going to elaborate on any of these NFL games because I just don't want to. If you want me to, tell me, and we can chat about it. But if you're betting on that, the Eagles are the favorite -3.5. The total is 44.5. The Eagles money line -180. The Rams are +150. Eagles money line. Next game, the Denver Broncos go to Los Angeles to play the Chargers in a division game. Chargers are pretty hot this year. Pretty hot. Ain't got much bad things to say about them. Broncos, they just dropped a close one to the Colts. But if I know one thing about the AFC West, if I know one thing about divisional football, teams always play close. Teams always play tough because it matters more. And when I look at this game, I see Bo Nix coming out there. He's gonna sling that thing. Cortland Sutton will probably have 8 catches, But that boy Herbert, he's just done something different this year. They say he's got him a girl now. He's confident. He's cocky. He's riding high out there in LA. And I'm just not going to bet against that. I'm not going to have anything bad to say about the Chargers. I think they got a great coach. Denver's got a good coach too, obviously. Maybe Bo Nix is going to be that Drew Brees 2.0 that Sean Payton has been looking to mold and have another deep, successful career with a team in the NFL like he did the Saints. But I'm going to take the Chargers on that one. I'm going to take the Chargers to win that game. And it'll be close, I feel like. I don't think the Chargers are going to blow them out by any means. They just played a close one with the Raiders this past week. I don't think they let the Raiders even score a touchdown, but still, it was close. But anyways, I'm taking the Chargers to win that game. But if you just so happen to bet on that, the Chargers are the favorite -2.5. The total is 45.5. Money line, you got the Chargers -142 and Denver +120. Giving that Chargers -142. Next game, Kansas City Chiefs 0-2 go to New York to play the Giants, who are 0-2. Chiefs are going to win that game just because they are the better team. But if you're betting on that, Chiefs -6.5, totals 45.5. Money line, you got Chiefs -285 and the Giants +230. Chiefs -285. Last game, Lions at Ravens. Great offenses, great defenses. The reason I'm taking the Ravens on this one is because, one, I think they got a better quarterback. I think they have a better running back. And the Ravens did not lose their offensive and defensive coordinator that they had last year. So I'm going to take the Ravens to win that game outright. But if you're betting on it, Ravens are the favorite minus 4.5. The total's 51.5. So they got them scoring a little bit of points here. And then the Ravens money line minus 225. The line's plus 185. Give me Ravens minus 225. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to talk about. We'll check back in next week. But let's just run it back real quick, shall we? First game, I broke down Texas Tech at Utah. On that game, I'm going to take Texas Tech money line. I think another safe thing to do, they got that 57.5 points. They got that, the score, they got them scoring quite a bit of points to be 57.5 points. But what I think both teams have great offenses, but I think both teams' defenses are really good too, and I think that's why they'll be in the championship. So that 57.5 points, let's go take the under on that. I always have bad luck when I take overs and unders, but on this one, I'm going to take the under 57.5 points and the Texas Tech plus 130 money line. The next game, Auburn at Oklahoma. I'm going to take Oklahoma money line on that, straight up. Next game, Michigan at Nebraska. I'm going to take Nebraska money line on that, straight up. Next game, Florida at Miami. I'll take Miami to cover minus 7.5 because that's what I should have done last week to cover against South Florida. This next game, Illinois at Indiana. Illinois money line. That's what I'm doing. Probably over 52.5 points as well. Next game, SMU at TCU. Over 64.5 points. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going to pick a winner. Just over 64.5 points. That's all I want to talk about. That's all I got to say. If you want to talk about some football, college, NFL, don't matter. Hit me up and we can chit chat about it. But that's the bottom line because I said so.